Hello, so I'm taking you through our seated figure 4 and hamstring stretch. This is a really good combo move, and it's one that you can do directly at your chair, your bench. Depending on what type of car you have, you may even be able to slip your legs out and do this while you are seated in the car. So you want to sit up nice and tall no matter where you are. We want feet and knees right underneath each other. So from the side, you can see I'm sitting up nice and tall, feet and knees right underneath each other. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these feet exactly where they are, and then I'm going to lift that right leg, support if you need to, and bring that leg right up on top of that left foot. So my hips are pretty tight today, so you're going to see that this knee's kind of high. Normally, when I am loose and limber, I have a pretty straight line across there. This is the importance of stretching our hips. Tight hips lead to tight tension in that lower back and tight tension in those hamstrings, and they all connect. So I just sit up nice and tall, taking nice deep breaths, and you can then do a few things here. You can either press it down on this knee, adding a little pressure. You can pull up on the knee, depending on who you are and how that hip works. Or my favorite is keep exactly where I am and just slight lean forward. So I'll show you from the side here. I'm going to slight lean forward. That's going to intensify the stretch here. If when you sit up nice and tall, this is plenty of a stretch for you, stay here. And just breathe through it, letting those muscles relax through this hip. In addition, so once we complete on this side, we're going to move into part 2, which is the hamstring stretch. So you can take that left leg and extend it to help lower that right leg out a little bit. If you do that, make sure you bring that left leg back to that 90-90. That right leg's going to go out. I have a slight bend in it. Toe is pointed to the sky. I'm going to lean forward just a little, starting to feel a stretch in the back of that leg, even possibly through that calf, maybe even behind that knee, depending on how we are today. And then you can do one of two things. You can point that toe and then pull it back, or you can just hold. Thinking about reaching, we're not rounding our shoulders to reach for our toe. We want to keep a nice flat back as we fold forward. Then when you're done, slowly stack your spine one vertebrae at a time. Bring that leg in, and now let's go to the other side. If you are having trouble getting that leg up on the other side, you can extend that leg. So I'm going to now bring my left leg up. So my right leg's a little bit extended and long. I'll bring my left leg up, and then I can tuck my foot underneath. That's also kind of a way to help get that leg up a little bit easier. Sit up nice and tall. Pull those shoulders back and down. Remember, we can either press down on that knee, we can pull up on that knee, or we can slight lean into it, which is my favorite, to really feel it in that hip. And you can see that this side is a little looser than that right side is. Big deep breaths. Good, and when we're done, we make sure we come back to starting position. We bring that leg on down, and we go into that hamstring stretch. So slight bend in that leg as we lean on forward, possibly feeling it in the calf, maybe behind that knee, but mostly in the back of that top portion of your leg. Toe is pointed and pulled back towards you. And slowly coming on up. That is our seated figure 4 and hamstring stretch.